Welcome to Gospel Diaries, a platform that offers a unique avenue for artists to share their stories, to express their emotions, thoughts, and personal journeys. Today we're with Willie Rodgers of the Soul Stones.
Then I'll wipe my weeping eyes.
Welcome to Gospel Diaries, you guys. I'm back in the Chicagoland area, but this is Hammond, Indiana. Am I not?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, and you all know who this legend is right here. You've seen him on Gospel Diaries before, and I'm so glad to have him back. I'm talking about none other than the legendary Mr. Willie Rodgers. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful.
That's great. Can I shake your hand?
Oh,
Oh, that's a
God bless.
blessing. Listen, this is long overdue. A lot of people, they have watched that first interview and they are just in love with the information, how informative it was, and just learning your personalities.
It was, man, you know how it was back in the days, man. I mean, you don't know, you're so young. But anyway, back in the day, we had to stay in a small hotel, and sometimes we'll make a reservation when we get to the hotel, and to see who we were, they would say, no, you can't stay here.
So I'm so honored to be here again to just talk with you. So what I want to kind of do now is kind of talk about your childhood, talk about some of your interests, the things that you did, and learn a little bit more about the time that you were raised in. So let's kind of start at your childhood. What was some of the activities as a kid that you liked to do besides singing?
Well, I love sports.
Really?
Yeah, as coming up, one of the things I loved was boxing. Till I got hit.
Did you get hit hard?
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
Lord.
Once that happened, I put them gloves back off my hand, man, pick up the mic, because this ain't for me. One of the greatest things, when God gave me this voice, I think did I tell you that last time?
Let's hear it.
My cousin them had a group, and I was, at that time I couldn't sing, I didn't have no voice.
Mm-hmm.
And but what happened is I wanted to sing so much and so bad that so one night I went on to sleep, and I prayed and went to sleep, and I woke up the next morning with a voice.
Wow, just like that.
I mean, just like that, what God could do. And I started singing. I never forget about this song. Did I tell you about that story last time? But it's so fantastic. I woke up with this voice, and my mother heard me and said, "Who is that singing in the bedroom?" And my father said, "That sounds like Little Willie." That's the name they got.
Your father's name was Willie, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
And so, and what so happened, the song that I started singing was We Understand, By and By.
By and by.
Cheer up, my brother.
My God.
I just want to sing that.
Go ahead a little bit more. Cheer up, my brother. Living.
Yeah. Live in the sunshine. We'll understand it all by and by. My father wanted me to join his group, the group called the Floodgates. Did I tell you about that?
I think you said about, but go ahead.
Yeah, and so I joined the group. I didn't really join the group. They took me with the group to sing. Every Sunday morning they had a 15-minute broadcast. And I never forget about that, man. When I first hit the air, people were calling in everywhere. Who is that young boy singing, And so that's when I started singing. They were giving me money. They were throwing money. They were calling, giving me money. I didn't know my mother, but she kept all of the money that people gave me, and that's how we got our first house. Wow. But anyway, that's when it all started with me.
Yeah.
And I kept on singing, and as I progressed through life, learning more, teaching myself
Mm-hmm.
how to perform.
Mm-hmm.
I did a lot my own self, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and I never forget. I was always trying to prepare myself for bigger things. I was always looking ahead.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Once I got that voice, I wanted to, you know, expand my talent.
Mm-hmm.
My father done booked groups, you know, all the major groups
Oh,
coming
so
in
they were
town.
promoters?
Promoters, yeah.
Okay, okay.
So they brought like the Dix Hummingbirds, and at that time they were famous. The group like the Harmonizing Four, and the Soul Stirrers, and the Highway Q.C.
And we're talking about in Chicago.
in Chicago.
Okay.
This was down before we got this. No, this was late on when I got in Chicago. This was down in Virginia.
Virginia.
Yeah, Norfolk, Virginia, where my father's group was.
Mm-hmm.
And so anyway, Sam Cooke, no, the soul, they booked the Soul Stirrers, man. They had so many people there. That when the lead singer of the Soul Stirrers had just quit.
Wow.
Reba Harris.
R.H. Harris.
R.H. Harris.
Wow.
And they brought Sam Cooke there. My mother and them cried because they were looking for Harris.
Oh.
Said, that little boy don't know nothing about Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
I never get my mother's
Wow.
wish. Because Sam first came, they're little young guys, you know. And I never forget about that. And my father took me to see the Soul Stirrer. So I didn't know old man Harris, but I met Sam at the early age.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened at that time, my father prophesied. He told me, he said, now, that young man going to be a big singer. Oh, you know, when Sam, I never forget about that first song he sung, man, he didn't get hardly no applause at all.
Really?
Because the people looking for Harris, you know. And but Sam kept on, but my father prophesied. We were getting up one morning going to school. My dad would take me, and there's a new record came out called Jesus Gave Me Water.
Jesus Gave Me Water.
Jesus gave. And my dad said, man, they play that song every 5 minutes. That was Sam Cooke was being born then. They, you know, and Sam inspired me so much to hear him, you know, this young guy singing. So then I started to well, he wasn't my real idol. Another idol of mine was.
All right. Thank you all for watching. And if you would like to donate to Gospel Diaries, the information is on the screen.
R.H. Tucker from the Dixie Hummingbirds. Did you do
R.H. Tucker?
Tucker, yeah. Okay. The lead singer for the Dixie.
Ira Tucker.
Ira Tucker,
okay,
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
He was my favorite singer. But Sam had something that I really liked. He had a unique style that I loved. When Highway Q.C. came, they heard me on the radio with my father group.
Okay.
And Spencer heard me. And they was hot because they had a record out called Something on My Mind. Something on My Mind. Remember that? Yeah, that's worried me. And they came through Booker T. Washington High School with packed. At that time, gospel singing was drawing big crowds. And so they came, they heard me, and he asked me, Spencer asked me, did I want to travel? Did he think I want to go with the Highway Q.C.? And then I said, yeah, it stayed in my mind all day. I didn't tell my parents. So I got up. He said, we can leave after the program that Sunday. We can leave on the Monday morning. So man, I got up and eased on down there and joined the Highway Q.C. and kept on going. I left clothes. I left everything. And I called my parents. When I called my parents, I was nearly in Chicago. She said, Willie, on the way to Chicago. And I kept on going until I got with the Highway Q.C. And on the way to Chicago, they were rehearsing. They had a song for me because they were going in the studio. We have a Heavenly Father children. And I wasn't used to that type of background. I'm getting a rich, beautiful background, well trained. Because, you know, my father them didn't have that kind of structure, background at that time. They just put some, you know, just didn't have that kind of training that Highway Q.C., their professional group. Man, and so they said, this is the song we're going to give you, homeboy. They call me homeboy. No, brand new.
Brand new.
Yeah, it's brand new. We're going we want you to record this song. And it started. I said, man, I heard that background, and Spencer was leading and showing it to me. I said, man, I'm in the wrong place. I ain't ready for this kind of training. You know, 'cause my nerves failed me, man, but I kept on going. Came in Chicago. Got Chicago, this big city. Man, you know, from Norfolk to Chicago. And they put me out at the hotel, and everybody went to their homes and lived in the hotel. I got on the train, went all the way downtown. They were looking for me, man. I went all the way downtown to explore downtown Chicago. But anyway, they came back and they rehearsed again, and I record with the Highway Q.C. Wow. And then never, you know, and on VJ record. And VJ at that time, I know you heard a story about Vivian Carter. We're doing a play now, Signal, on Vivian Carter.
Okay.
Yeah. They talking about the story of her, the thing that she did. You know, she brought the Beatles here. She had the Swan Silver on the Staples singing Gladys Knight. She had everybody. But anyway, my first recording was with the Highway Q.C. on VJ Records.
VJ Records back in Virginia growing up. Like, was there any racism, bigotry, or anything like that?
Well, you know, Virginia was, because of between North and the South, Virginia, and they had that big naval base there. It wasn't like Mississippi. You know, it wasn't like Alabama, because we were between New York. We were close by all of the big cities, major cities, and with that big naval base there, it was pretty well like integrated. It wasn't integrated. I didn't. In the schools that I went to was, at first, it was segregation, but then they changed it. I think Virginia changed a long time ago.
And we're talking 40s, perhaps.
Yes.
40s. Wow. So as a child, did you all have a radio at your house?
Yeah.
At home?
Yeah.
Now, did the neighbors come over, and did you all share that radio with the community, with the neighborhood, or that was you all's radio and only you all's radio?
No, we didn't. Well, I would say, because I was once I started singing with my father's group at a young age, I was busy all the time.
Oh, so you didn't listen to a lot of the radio shows?
No, I was with them, you know. But no, we shared something, because, like I said, I wasn't around as a kid, because once I started singing, I kept on, that's all I wanted to do, you know.
Yeah. How did you know who was who?
You know, it's funny thing, but word of mouth.
Really?
Word of mouth was powerful. Man, I don't know how, you know, it's amazing how what word of mouth did. When like the group, like the Harmonizers for or somebody coming in town, we all knew for some reason or another. The word just spread. You know, I don't know, because like you said, didn't have social media, but people found out.
Really?
It's amazing how people, when we went to perform, we didn't have no. Oh, they put out handbills. No handbills. Placards, they call them placards.
Oh, okay.
They put that up. But it's amazing what the word of mouth can do. You know, I mean, we had packed houses, and they have them from. It's amazing how they come to think about that.
All for any of the singing that you did with your father's group.
Yeah, they did. They gave me, but I was making more money than they, but people were giving me so much money.
Where? By you singing?
By me singing.
Like on the street, or?
No, on the stage. They used to throw money on the stage.
Stop
man.
it!
Yeah, they used to throw money on the stage, man. I had so much money. I saved all, my mama saved all that money.
At a gospel concert?
On a gospel concert. And I was singing, when I finished singing, man, they were throwing money everywhere, man. They were throwing money all on the stage. And so we had, when I finished, we stopped and picked that money up. They gave it to him. Even when the program was over, they had a hat. They gave it, because I didn't even want to bother that money, because I was making so much money. You know, the people they gave me the money, and they gave it to me, and I gave it to my father, and my father gave it to my mother. My mother saved all that money.
So how was the household? Was it like, you know, as long as you're living under our roof, you know, anything that you any money that you get, it belongs to, the upkeep of the house, or did they allow? But you said your mom was saving your money, but did you have a different perspective of it? Like, did you have a perspective like I had to give my money to my parents, or did you kind of put some in the sock somewhere?
No, I didn't even, all I wanted to do, to eat. My mama cooked some good biscuits and stuff. I didn't think about no money.
Oh, okay.
That wasn't cause we had so much love and everything. I didn't even think about the money part. When I needed to get some clothes or something like that, my mom and daddy would buy me stuff, But I didn't even have that kind of desire even to, at that time. Mom and daddy just did what they did for us. Well, suits,
As a child.
As a child, we had to dress in suits. We didn't have no jeans. We wouldn't dare to dress in no jeans going to church, And my mama would put, what she'd do, she would what do you call that plan? Layaway plan?
Yes.
And she would, Easter was coming or something like that. So she started laying away a suit for me and laying away and get it out right by Easter,
Wow.
Yeah,
So
right.
That's why they call it layaway.
Yeah.
Lay some away. I never thought of it like that.
Yeah, layaway plan. And
Okay.
by Easter, the suit was ready to be, she done paid it off, time for me to get it off,
Memories that you think about still to this day about your mom.
Oh, one word that she will always use. Whenever we get into trouble or anything will happen, that sometimes we have gotten into financial trouble. That one word she used, have faith. Wow. Have faith. She would use that at all the time. She said you got to have faith, and that work that took, because sometimes, like I said, we got into some financial difficulty, and but that word brought us through, man.
All right. Thank you all for watching. And if you would like to donate to Gospel Diaries, the information is on the screen.
And a lot of, see, in my house, how it was nothing but prayer. Wasn't nothing.
Wow.
Wasn't no secular music played in that house.
Mm.
It was nothing but gospel music.
Mm.
I don't understand the secular until later on.
Mm.
But it wasn't that much different when I listened to secular music, because it wasn't that much different. It changed the beat. But no, I came up listening. I came up listening. Wasn't nothing but gospel music, and that's all I wanted to do, because like that time it was so inspiring to me to see the Dixies and Hummingbirds, them uniforms they had, and the Nightingales, all these groups that came through my neighborhood. To me, that was enough at that moment. I believe my spiritual, even when I was doing my thing, there was a time after I got older, I was doing my thing, but I kept one thing ahead of me.
What was that?
God. Ain't that nobody changed me from that. I wouldn't let nothing. I did change that. That was my foundation. So I didn't care what they said one way or the other, because I didn't get into what people said, because I wouldn't have been, I wouldn't have had a chance to be on Broadway with Morgan Freeman, be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, you know what I'm saying? All that type of stuff. I had, you got to be determined to do what you got to do, and I did.
So by you being so influenced and loving and enthusiastic about quartet music, and hearing Sam, because I'm sure that his voice was different, and it captivated your attention,
Yeah.
But when you saw him go to the secular field, did you feel like he reneged on his calling, or wasn't kind of skeptical about that move?
No, it didn't bother me, because I remember his first recording too. Come to think about it, which was a flop. But anyway, he when he left the Soul Stir and started his career, man, I wished him luck, because he took his same sound with him. I didn't stop everything he did. The first song was Lovable, but people did, man. People across the country were talking about what he did in God and do this and all that. Man, I don't think all that. I don't believe in it. My religion don't tell me about God and do that kind of. God is love,
Yeah.
And so but it bothered me for whatever reason, the younger singers in the young generation, even the young ministers, they changed it from what, Papa them did, but because I remember it was a sin to watch television.
To watch television.
Yeah, I remember them preachers telling us you shouldn't watch television. Cause I remember they telling my mother, you shouldn't them soap operas. You couldn't watch no soap opera.
Wow.
The pastor told my mother. I went home one day, man. My mom was looking at. I forgot what it was. I was shocked in a way because, she was watching television and that kind of story.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I didn't never believe all that kind of stuff for whatever reason or another.
Mm-hmm.
I had my own belief system, but I don't let people be what they want to be.
Exactly.
It's not for me to judge.
Mm-hmm.
And so people brought so much. Sam brought so much stuff to the universe,
mm-hmm.
In music.
Mm-hmm.
Not only Sam, but all of us. God gave us. He gave you the talent to do what you're doing, to explore people, give us a chance to let the world know what we came through and how we're going to maintain and what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
He gave everybody a job to do if you accept what you were put here to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so the different type of music, I love me some Sam. I used to love me some B.B. King too. A lot of the guys, but I still love gospel, man. It was in my spirit.
About your experience with the industry.
Yeah, you're right about that. Well, I think each generation, like they learn their own. Like I said, they took some the record company to give me the money that I was supposed to get, but I leave it when you really leave it to God, it'll come back.
Mm-hmm.
Can't nothing really be taken from you.
Mm-hmm.
And it might be generation, but it can come back to you. You got to really believe God gonna supply your need, or He gonna take care of you, or you're not going to. Because like when I started my music was gonna take care of me, and it did. It took me and my family, and I had a chance to go see the world and meet so many great people. But I believed that I was gonna make it, and I did. I didn't miss a meal. Met good people who shared their wealth with me. And you got to stick with God. I mean, no matter that, and I sure ain't. When I said it, I don't mean when I say stick with God. Know who God is within me. Yeah, I would say yes, but I believe that I'm gonna be compensated with some of the stuff they thought it took. Because I'm not the only one that people, if you go that route, because a whole generation like my black people that built this country didn't get the money that they got. They built cities and things. If you go that route, but they kept on going, and cause it can be God that making the way.
For just that long.
Yeah, just so take and make the best of today.
Yeah.
Live today. Enjoy the day. That's my thing there.
I love
enjoy what God gave me today.
And stay away from stress.
Yes.
Okay, what do you consider stress?
Worry about tomorrow. Put that back. Don't even worry about tomorrow because it ain't promised in the beginning. Tomorrow not promised. So go to bed and get you some good sleep. I got a number anyway. I don't know when that number is. So a lot of them leaving. A lot of my friends going. But what can you do? It all follows the same path. Like Mickey you at the funeral today. He's a good friend of mine.
Did you go there? To the funeral?
No, I didn't make.
Okay.
I got confused. I didn't know where it's gonna be at. But anyway, things like this is no need to worry about that to me because that's gonna happen. So that don't bother me. Now, as I begin to get more wisdom about things, about life, I just take. And I know I'm gonna be blessed. I'm blessed right now.
Yes, you are. In your world today, like what do you do? What's keeping you moving? What's keeping you active?
My same joy that I started out with, singing.
Singing. You still singing?
Man, people say you still can sing and see, and yeah, and God keeping that voice going. I'm just enjoying. I'm having more fun now than I ever had before.
Really?
You know, I move when I want to move. When I don't want to move, I just sit still. But anyway, that's what keeps me going.
Mm-hmm.
I love to do what I do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like in the morning, I'm going with my preacher friend. I sing in big churches. I don't sing everywhere anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Small churches,
Mm-hmm.
little small churches,
Mm-hmm.
auditorium.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been here, been there. So, but the main thing is to enjoy yourself.
Enjoy yourself.
Enjoy yourself, and that's what I'm doing.
Wow. And you do have music out. Is there anything brand new?
No, you know what? Everybody man, my catalog is, so we had such a big catalog, and everywhere I go, I had to do them songs like Wonderful and Touch Him as a God, you know, 'cause a lot of choir, male chorus, and they keep that music alive, you know. And so I'm gonna do some new music coming up.
Okay.
But I'm gonna stay in my lane because I'm not gonna try to do, you know, but I'm gonna let the song come to me. I don't really know which direction I'm going, but I know God will give me the type of songs that I want to do. You
wow.
know? Yeah.